Hello, everyone. Welcome to tonight's stream. We got a lot of cool things going on, primarily a murder. So I kind of want to before we do a shout out to the people at the table, I want to give a little content warning. There is a content warning command in chat, CW, for anyone that needs it. We are in the back half of a murder mystery in which things are going to get dark. So if themes of homicide, suicide, self harm, pressure by adults to children to commit to things, or arachnophobia are things for you, please safely respect yourself, donate to the channel, and then leave. If they're not things you worry about, then stay around, donate to the channel, and watch. And by donate to the channel, of course, I mean donate to the Black and Missing Foundation, the charity we are raising money for with this. They're a nonprofit founded by people that work in public relations and law enforcement and just generally like public facing jobs to help train people on how to report missing or lost persons and help with navigating social things such as like social media posts, interactions with officers, anything that could matter for marginalized groups that have people that have gone missing that do not receive the support that some other communities do. So that's who we're raising money for. On that, if you want to be a part of the game and or you want to make it easier for them to not be murderized and or do crime, consider donating. And you can help one player individually, you can help the entire table, you can do a whole lot. We are currently over halfway to our goal of $250, and if we could hit that tonight, we would be so happy. I think that's all the before stream announcements, so we'll go ahead and let everyone introduce themselves. Go ahead and say who you are, who you're playing, and I guess like if you can do a small recap of your character, kind of like last time I did this sort of thing, just for anyone that was maybe wasn't here, and also so we can all kind of remember who each other are. And we'll go in reverse order this time. So Carrie, let's start with Cool.
Cool. What's up? I'm Carrie, or Oathbreaker Carrie on the socials, fantasy bits and skits. I'm playing cool. Cool is cool. And last thing that we did of note was talk about vibes. We talked about vibes. We somehow stayed on our feet while very strange things happened in this forest that might be incriminating, being I'm the only one awake. Who knows? We'll see. But happy to be here.
Yuri.
I totally didn't forget my character's name and then just ask it in
You
the
are
chat,
playing
hoping
Becca
somebody.
BECCA.
Thank you.
Yep.
You guys didn't reply to me fast enough. I didn't want to do that on stream. Hello, everybody. My name is Yuri. That is YURI. And today I am playing Becca with two C's. And she is sort of this preppy girl that likes to fit in with the rich kids, though it is not entirely sure whether she has money herself or not. And she totally didn't murder anybody because that would get her clothes dirty. And she doesn't do that.
Taylor.
Oh hey, I'm Taylor, aka Spunky Taylor. I'm a Black Friday content creator. She her pronouns, and I am playing Lily Pinbot, your local fact bug girl, doing the bug girl things and ready to solve this mystery. Went on a, I believe I went on a hike with Gloria to find
You
stuff.
did, yep.
Yeah, that did happen. That's correct. What we find there? I can't remember. Did we find it?
You two kind of had to talk about the concept of how far you should go before realizing you went a little too far and then blacked out a bit.
Okay.
Yeah.
And that's my character, Lily Pinbot.
And Meadow.
Oh, howdy. I'm Meadow. You can find me everywhere on the internet that matters at Howdy Love Darlin or Howdy Love Darlin GM. And I am playing Cheyenne, but everyone calls her Shy. She's a professional A-list crash out who spent most of the last episode inspecting buildings for code violations, giving out sandwiches, and hiking slash searching with Skidmark. And they taught Cheyenne how to be cool and vibe. And so she's currently a little high.
That's right, you took half of a sleeping pill. Lovely. Wonderful. Then, as we get into it, We are. Oh, I see. We got a $3 donation. That
I
would be
was
a
just about
compliment.
to say.
Yeah. So Jocelyn, if you want to come. Oh, wow. Thank you for the raid, Omega. Hello. We're just getting started. So this is actually a perfect time.
What's up? What's up?
To do a little recap, let's give a shout out to Crit Bard, a wonderful creator and just amazing person. There we go. Yeah, hey, we're about to get started with our part 2 of Two Moons Rising, the Life is Strange TTRPG. For anyone coming in, we are in the back half. It's a murder mystery. Things are about to get a little bit dark. So, if violence, murder, themes of suicide or self-harm, pressure from adults to do pressure to children, arachnophobia, or other such things that come up in murder mysteries are a flag for you, please safely do what you need for yourself. We'd appreciate a lurk, but if you need to fully distance yourself from the stream, we 100% respect and appreciate that. I cannot use big syllable words tonight, guys. We are in for a time. But if that's something that you're here for, welcome. Thank you so much for the raid, and we're going to go ahead and get started. Okay. Oh, that's what I was saying. Tipsy Tiger, if you want to do a compliment, feel free to put it in chat and we will read it out for your donation. Thank you. So, at the end of last time, you all had a chance to remain conscious. However, very few of you succeeded in that check. Only Cool maintaining it. So, once more, oh, it's there. Hi, you are all wonderful creators, and it's a delight to watch all of you. This is my compliment. Oh, thank you so much, Gypsy Tiger. Um, yes, love. uh, the night sky hangs over all of you like a pendulum, filled with bright burning stars and a full moon that glows with an eerie redness. Something happens in the air as it seems to thicken, and each of you feel a chill breeze creeping up past you. As everything becomes dead silent and cool, you watch everybody around you, which in this case is only uh, I believe you were with Heather McNamara. You watch Heather McNamara fall to the ground unconscious, and you can tell that others around are doing the same from the eerie silence that happens. You feel a weird pressure in your head as though something is trying to seep into it, but then with your strength, you're able to push it out. Before a moment, you look up, and hanging in the air, the moon has a perfect echo of itself, a full moon of blood red, seemingly superimposed on top of itself. The rest of you all come to standing. You are all just on the ground, but you come to standing. Each of you alone. Nobody is around you. You are all completely isolated from one another. As far as you can tell, nobody is in the vicinity of any of you, despite everyone being paired up moments earlier. Heather McNamara had left you anyway because she said, "Oh, this is too much work." But cool, if Heather had been with you, she would have somehow vanished as well. For the moments that you come back in, you look upwards and you see that the strange sense of fear washing over you has been validated as the sky has been ripped asunder and two perfect blood red moons are hanging above themselves, a perfect twin. They seem to be surrounded by a perfect void of endless stars, and they vibrate and blur together, seeming to radiate power as they get closer and closer together before landing on top of each other and then extinguishing as the moon seems to have vanished from the sky. Nothingness. Darkness. Nothing's above you. Then in the instant, the light of the moon returns, still blood red, but only one of them anymore, and you would think everything returns to normal until you feel the movement of tiny legs crawling up your bodies, and you hear the hum of cicadas taking off, thousands of them, trying to blanket the entire forest and each one of you before seemingly vanishing as though nothing had happened. And then they're gone. And then, for a brief moment, you are all together. Every single one of you, regardless of distance, is standing together in the forest looking up at the Devil's Tower. And off in the distance, you each see a figure peacefully standing on a rocky outcropping. As the light of the moon shines down for a brief moment, you see Harlan, a pale shimmer echo of a body, up on top, quickly disappearing as if a cloud passes over the moon, blanketing Harlan in darkness, and then when it comes back, he is gone, seemingly vanished into a temporary void. And then you all wake up for real, back in your pairs, back where you were. All of you seemingly had the same shared vision. And players, I'll turn it to you.
What the fuck?
As Taylor says, yo, life is strange.
Yo, buddy, life do be strange.
I think I'd sort of turn around and first be disgusted that I am laying down outside because now my entire side has dirt on it. And as I'm getting up, I see my companion, who I would sort of check, like, if they, uh, like, I think it's weird enough that I passed out, but it's even weirder that we both passed out at the same time. And so I would check on them, um, and kind of like help them up as well. And my first thought, I think, would be like, I don't know, did we walk into like a poisonous plant or something that released some spores? I don't know how plants work, but that seems totally possible and the only semi-logical explanation in her brain. So she'd be kind of like looking around very afraid to touch anything.
Lily, what happens as you come back to consciousness?
I think when Lily like wakes up, I think she immediately looks for Gloria.
Yeah,
Be like, I don't know.
Gloria pulling herself off the ground to stand next to you.
Yo, are you okay? Did you, what happened?
Well, I don't know. Oh, I'll come back to the scene. I'm being informed in chat. Big donation. We just met our goal. I have no reason to doubt Meadow. I am checking now. This is true. This is correct information. Thank you so much, Screaming Monkey Rogue, for a donation of that size. That is amazing. Thank you. If you
Thank you,
want
Matt.
to
Thank you,
theme
Matt.
any of the rewards in chat, if you want to say, hey, the party gets so much dice, if you want to do anything, you let us know, because I didn't put something of that tier. And Meadow, if you want to type this out in chat just in case, or if anyone wants to type in chat, like, hey, just tell us what you want the party to get. It could be 2 successes. I think that's only $50. So it could even be 2 successes and an additional 5 dice. Like, we're going to go with whatever you want that to be. Thank you so much for helping us support the Black and Missing Foundation. That money is going to go to a very good cause and help a lot of valuable people who need the help. Wow. We did it, guys. Now we can be chill, right? We don't need any murders anymore.
Thank
Okay,
you,
2
everyone, for coming
successes
to
and 5
today's
dice.
stream.
Yeah.
I've been
Reverse the
Taylor.
murder. Reverse
Brings the dice pool up to 19 for the community dice, and also 2 successes. So if at any point any of you is concerned about a roll maybe not going in your favor, you can say, I succeed, and it will be the perfect 6-roll crit success. So we got 2 successes in our bank. Wow.
Perfect.
Cool. Look at that.
Look
That's
at
so
that.
wow. Okay. Getting back into the spooky terrified mindset. Wow. Yeah, Gloria looks up like, "Oh, you saw it too, right? The moon got all weird and then Harlan was up on the mountain?"
Yeah. Yeah. I thought probably carbon monoxide was in the air and we probably passed out for a moment. But if you saw that and I saw that, then that, yeah, it has to be true, right? Right? Right?
Cool. What are you doing?
Cool is staggered, but like
Mhm.
definitely confused as to why. Is it Holly, right?
Heather.
Heather, sorry.
Mhm.
Heather just sort of collapsed on the floor. He's gonna check it with Heather, like, yo, are you good? Like, that wasn't vibes. Like that was kind of
Yeah, no, that was not vibes. That was, I don't know what that was, but that was bad. And my shoes are ruined and somebody is going to be paying for it. So, who do we bill? Do we bill the Crossroads organization? Who do we bill to get these shoes fixed?
I don't know. Like I mean, your shoes just get dirty sometimes. You know, you like walk and stuff, you get dirt on your shoes and stuff. So it's like it is what it is, but like, I know you didn't like want to fall, so it's like it's cool.
Yeah. It's certainly not cool, but
Yeah, that's
I
me.
guess you would know. Yeah, okay. Uh, and Cheyenne, what's Shy doing as they come back to consciousness?
I think it takes a second for them to realize that they're coming back to consciousness, and they just kind of like zombie sit up and go, "Skid mark said be cool."
Yeah. Yeah, that's not cool though. That's a
Sorry.
little fucked. Do you get out of bed like that every morning?
I honestly don't see how that's any of your business, Skid mark, but yes, actually.
Okay. I'm not gonna judge because judging is not vibes, but like, hey, I know a good therapist in town if you need one.
I appreciate that. Did you when we
Did the sun
did
go
you
all weird and then
see
cicadas tried to crawl all over us? Yeah.
exactly. Okay, just checking, just checking. Now that I know that I'm not crazy, I can go back to vibes. So think we should do about this?
Yeah. I mean, we could like see if because so when I saw the bad, like when I saw Harlan, I was with everyone. Were you with everyone or were you still by yourself?
Uh no, I think I was with everyone else. It was like I was by myself at first and
Yeah.
then with everyone.
Yeah. And then here again.
Yeah, but like really here again, like actually here.
So like, do you think we need to go back to everyone?
Yeah, I think that'd be vibes.
Let's make it vibes. Let's make it
Okay,
vibes. And we
cool.
got another donation. I'm being informed. We did. uh, we did. We got another. Oh, it's not showing up for me.
It
Meadow,
was
if you can
me.
investigate.
It
Oh,
was me.
Taylor. Okay.
It was me. It was name an NPC named Haley. There you go.
Oh, okay. Cool. Yeah, we got Haley in the game. Awesome. So yeah, when you all return to camp, Haley and the other two NPCs are sitting around the fire, very scared, as they were the three that were left. And Haley runs up. You didn't. Did Harlan make it to the ridge? Did you all see Harlan?
Yeah. No. No. There was dirt, a lot of it, and then a lot of bugs. Um, and then shit got really weird. And so we came back. I think he's probably dead. Yeah, nobody can survive out there. It's crazy.
Cool. Can you make me a cool check to not send people into a panic?
Are we all back?
Yeah. You all would collectively like head back towards. If there's anything people wanted to do on the way, you are welcome to. But collectively, the group will end up back together.
Yeah.
Oh, Wiz, thank you so much for the sub. That's very kind
I
of you.
am
Welcome in.
also taking 2 from the community pool because we have so
Okay.
many.
That's good.
We're rich.
Oh no, the community pool only at 17.
That's crazy. We're too low, gang. We need more donations, please.
All right. It's 1 6, a 5, and 2 4s, and
Okay.
I got 1 1 as well.
Okay, so the 1 will cancel out the 4, but that's still 2 successes. So the 6 will give you a die back. The 1 will give the community pool a die back, bringing us to 18. And yeah, you managed to not send anyone into a panic. But the 2 counselors walk back up with Jimmy Sato as you're saying, I think he's dead. And they're like, I'm so sorry, Becca, but that is not the camp mentality we need around here. You should be more on the optimistic side, and you should be more good. And you're going to lose 1 point of relationship with Jimmy Sato and the 2 counselors.
Right. It's not
Not
like
Oh,
I
that brings
like
you to a
them
trendy.
-2
anyways.
with Jimmy.
I know.
I forgot you already had -1 with Jimmy.
Man,
What
the
if,
beef
what if
with
he
Jimmy's
kills
crazy.
me? I'm
Yeah.
scared now.
What would everyone else be doing as they come into camp? Why is my live updates on? Wiz, we got a donation from Wiz. Thank you, Wiz, for your donation.
Thank
Which
you.
could add in. Why am I doing this now? I think that adds another 5 to the community pool.
Oh my god.
So yeah,
We're
bring our
smart.
community pool up to 23.
Guys are still too low. You two can still donate.
The
We need
burning through
100 community dice.
Chat, for anyone that wasn't here last week or people that were here on the tail end of last week, we left last week with 3 dice in the community pool. We are now at 23 dice in the community pool. Oh, Wiz, have a great night. Thank you for being here. I hope you have a good sleep. Thank you.
Bye, Wiz.
Wow, y'all are the most generous community in the world. Wow. Okay, yeah, I'm sorry, Lily, what were you saying as you walked back?
I didn't say nothing, but I can start something.
Who was saying words? Who was saying words? I got thrown off by generosity.
I don't think any
that's
of us had something
too
yet.
funny. Yeah, I think I had
Okay,
just
cool.
finished saying words, and then
Got it.
you had
Lily, say
finished
words.
admonishing me.
Lily comes back with Gloria, and, like very distraught too, but like seeing everyone, and then she heard like the dead comment, and I was like, "He's dead," and like didn't like hear nothing. I was like, "What do you mean?" It's like she's just very distraught about that statement. Didn't like was focused on analyzing everything else. Then just
Okay.
snap back into it with that.
And Cool and or Shy.
Cool's gonna check in with Skid Mark. Just be like, yo, Skid the kid. What's up? Yo, are you good?
Yeah. I think I'm better than Shy. Shy did a drug, not real. Like they took half a sleeping pill,
Word.
and I think it's to help with like the whole thing. But they're trying to join us on vibes,
Right.
and it's good. We don't need to tell the world because that's their business. But like we're cool, and I think they're trying to be cool with us. So like, yeah.
That's what's up. And
Hey.
Are you
Cool's gonna.
Oh hey, yeah.
Transparency.
I straight up forgot you walked in with Skid Mark.
Yeah. They're saying
Oh well,
The drugs.
it's canon. Yeah.
Yeah, Cool looked to Shy and just go, that's what's up. That's like really embodied of you to like meet us at the vibes. Like you get it. Like that's what's up, dude. You know, this is dope. You're dope. You're dope.
Yeah.
I appreciate
yeah.
that, Cool. You are also in return dope as well.
I appreciate that.
Remember when we talked about going too far on it and you gotta only go far enough?
Right.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm still learning the back and forth. Yeah.
Yeah.
I
You're gonna get
appreciate
it.
that.
We're all learning, you know, forever students, you know what I mean? And I like want to go to the counselors because did they say where they went?
No.
They just
they and Jimmy went investigating the most close to camp as they could.
counselor dudes. So like, did you guys have any luck with anything? Like, did you guys find anything?
We didn't. We were teaching Jimmy about the importance of making sure leadership is not forced but is respected. And then we all hit the ground, and then we got scared, and we came back. And we think it'd be very good for somebody brave to go and look at the mountaintop while we sat here with Haley and Gloria and Mare and the other two, and really protected the students that need some protecting right now.
I'll go. If this was like said out loud.
Yeah, thank you, Lily. That's so
Yeah.
kind of you.
If Lily volunteers, then I'll go. I'm not letting the smartest kid in camp go alone. Like I don't want to be stuck with dummies. So where the smart kids go, I will go as well.
Vibes.
Okay. Yeah.
Wait, so
Nice.
like, y'all didn't even actually look for him and
We-
sent
we
us to look
started
for
to.
him? So I had
We-
to get my new Lululemon tracksuit dirty, right?
Well, we did give you a
And
Crossroads
y'all didn't
shirt,
even
so you could have been wearing that.
y'all didn't even actually do the thing. Oh my gosh. I can't believe this. I don't even I can't look at you guys. I'm going along.
You know,
I'm
Becca,
leaving.
normally missing children isn't part of the tour, so if you want to put it on the report at the end, you are welcome to submit your comments. Thank you.
Yeah, they lost a child and then didn't look for him. Okay. And then she's like, I'm leaving. And she walks over to Lily as well. She's like, I can't even look at these
I'm not
guys
going to
right
give you a
now.
minus. I'm not going to give you an extra -1 to the counselors because one, it's so deserved and they know that, and two, will make this the flavor of the prior one. And Cool, what are you up to as you're reunited with the crew and Skid?
Like I'll go with the gang because like Shy's on the Vibes tour. Lily, I'm learning so much about bugs from Lily, so like that's what's up. And dude, like Becca's the only one that like seems to have any sort of like discernment because y'all are bad leaders, to be honest. Like, why aren't you looking for a kid? Like, you lost that kid, dude. Like, that was your kid. Like, that's not vibes.
We didn't lose that kid. The travel buddy system failed their buddy. So who was their buddy?
But like, it feels systemic because you guys set the travel buddy system. So like, maybe we could do like check-in. I don't know. I'm not a counselor, but like, you are.
That's called deflection, counselors.
See, I'm
Okay.
learning so much from
Well,
Lily. Like,
the longer that you all are standing here making us be questioned by your peers, the less likely it is we're gonna get anything done. So thank you so much for volunteering. Maybe you can go look for Harlan like you just said you would. That'd be so kind. I'd really appreciate it.
Jimmy, you want to come with? Lily was out loud.
Oh, do you want me to come with?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll come with.
Becca looks at you like, what the fuck? No.
What? What?
I think
Like,
She doesn't say
that
anything, but she
Shy-
gives you a face. Like, did she just
yeah. I
it's
think
like,
that Shy puts up a finger and goes, then Skidmark should come too, because
I
we're
thought
gonna have
Skidmark
extra
was.
brains. We have to have extra vibes.
that's a great idea.
I thought Skidmark
Yeah.
was coming. Skidmark, you're not coming? Or are you coming?
No, I'll come. I'm down to come.
Okay, cool.
Hell yeah,
Yeah.
good work.
I just thought
Yo-
Cool and Skid was a package deal. I'm not gonna lie. Lily will say.
That's the homie. It's the vibes.
Yeah, I'm down for it.
Cool.
Jimmy, are you gonna be vibes or are you gonna like fuck the whole shit up? And then Jimmy be like, I don't fuck anything up. I'm so good and I can be vibes. I can be vibes.
Becca
Hell
gives
yeah,
like
dude.
the biggest like scoff.
Lily was
But she's
I think-
thinking like she's looking at the
Oh my
counselors and she's thinking like what's worse. And she's like, well, Jimmy's another kid our age. I can bully Jimmy. I can't necessarily bully the adults, so fine.
Okay.
I think Shy can Shy like put her hands like very not sloppily but heavily on his shoulders because a sleeping pill. And looks at him like very seriously and goes, it's like looking in a mirror. It's gonna be okay. And she'll let him go and go with the rest of the group.
Okay. Then in that case, the four of you, Jimmy, Sato, and Skidmark, all head off for the top of the Devil's Tower.
Nightmare.
It takes a good amount of efforts to get there, but if anyone wants to do some checks about it, either beef to make it faster or like something like brainy to see if you could piece some stuff together from the vision, you are welcome to.
I would like some
Or you can just keep going.
I like some brainy to look around and also talk
Yeah.
to Skidmark along the way. Be like, so Skidmark, are you like Skidmark? Could you like your name is like Mark, or is there like a story behind that?
No, nah. It's just, you know, it's a name that projects to the world like I don't really fuck with you unless you're kind enough to fuck with me, and it works. I have a different name I go by, but you don't need to know it.
Oh, because I'm not vibes yet. I will become vibes.
Okay. Show me vibes.
Well, have you ever seen a tie-dye butterfly before?
No.
Like, then you're not doing the type of drugs that I'm doing to see one.
Can you make a cool check for me?
Lily's cooking. Lily is cooking.
I don't know where I thought that was going. That wasn't it.
I was not prepared for that.
Lily's adapting to her environment. Hell yeah.
Lily. Yeah.
Please be a good roll. Ooh, 3 5s and a 6.
Damn, yeah. They look at you and go, "That's what's up. You can call me Benny. That's the name that friends
Benny.
call me."
I really like that name. That's a cool name. Benny.
So what do you take to see a tie-dye butterfly?
Well,
Yeah, and as you say, well, Jimmy Sato pops in. I'm sorry, is this really the conversation we should be having when there is a life on the line? I think we should focus more on the path in front of us.
Jimmy, walking and talking aren't like mutually exclusive. You can do both. Okay?
Wow,
So-
I'm surprised that you can do either, because every time I see you talk, you're standing still telling people what to do.
Yeah, because it's fun. That's different.
Jimmy, I invited you on this trip to be vibes, not be mean to my friends.
Oh. Okay. Well, I'll be.
She just like
again, I can
aggressively
be
takes
vibes.
a puff from her vape. She's like,
Yeah.
She's just
Both Maz and Starcrawl RPG welcome in. That was
Yeah,
very
like,
funny.
Ooh, Starburst.
Yeah. Ooh, Starburst. Yeah.
Starburst.
Cool.
What's the
unless
what's the
there's
brainy
any-
check of that hope?
Oh yeah. Yeah. Because on that, go ahead and make that. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And then you also gain a memento from your 6 that you got on your cool check.
Cool.
Mhm.
And would I be able to add my smart that says you can add a dice to any related to me knowing something?
Yeah, go for it.
Cool.
So many clackies.
Yeah. It's a big thing. I got 5 5s and 1 6.
Damn. Okay, so get a die back, and then that's a 6. That is a perfect success. That is the you succeed with every die. The official wording is this action is extremely successful and comes with additional benefit as determined by the players and facilitator. Additionally, a memento is put in the community bank. So not only do you get your die back from your 6, the community pool goes up to 24. And I think the biggest thing you know is that without any concern, question, or anything, that vision was real. It wasn't happening in real time, but the vision itself was real. You just kind of get putting pieces together from the people around you, the different things that people were saying. What you saw had to have been real if you all saw it, regardless of what was happening. It wasn't real in that moment. Sorry. It wasn't real in that moment, but the vision itself happened and was real. And then, yeah, we'll say you speed the entire trek there up tenfold, because you just get so good at reading the land and switchbacks and everything that you're like, yo, I know exactly how to get there.
Follow me, gang. Just follow the moss on the side of this tree and we can make it.
Sorry, I was trying to not choke on my own breathing there. Yeah, so you all make it to the top of the tower, and you would find almost immediately, with how much you're tracking, you would see that there is a weird sigil sketched into the ground. Ivy, before anyone else makes it up there. Not Ivy, Lily, sorry. And it seems to be a number 5, but it's not very clear. I'll go ahead and send it in our chat, but I'll also put it on screen for people to see here. Oh, no, that's wrong. Don't look at the screen. Don't look at the screen.
I'm not looking. I don't even see
That's
them.
it. Yeah, don't look at that clue. That clue maybe comes later. That'd be really bad for you guys to see right now. Don't look. Uh, it seems to be a weird sigil sketched into the ground. You can't make out too much more about it, but I just sent it in our chat, and now I'll add it to the small screen down here. The other thing, I think on the success level you got there, I'll even let you write it out, that looking at it carefully, you can tell that it's not a 5. It looks like it's supposed to be a 5, but it's actually an S with the letters A and R after it. So that's what you'd get there. You would also see clear signs of a struggle, as all of you get up here. As Lily covers the top, all of you would see clear signs of a struggle. There is, like, the bag is here. There are papers thrown all over the place, most of them lost to the wind, but it seems like his journal was ripped up and parts of it are missing, pages are gone. And then, yeah, I'll kind of let you all get to the top before we do the next part, because the next part's going to come with another content warning for you all in chat. So I'll let you all get to the top first.
Can I pick up any of those like journal papers as we're going up if I'm seeing them scattered along the way at all?
For sure, yeah. Most of them just seem to be like daily reflections in his journal. Very similar to the ones that you found earlier, or whoever had found it brought back to the party earlier about, like, I don't know why I'm being followed. I didn't do it. Some of them seem to be like letters given, not letters given to him, but like letters written as therapy homework. It seems to be like that sort of stuff, as though this is a letter, like a journal he keeps to like remind himself what he's been doing, and also like just kind of check in with himself.
Okay.
You said S-A-R?
Yep, S and then the letters AR.
Yeah, like, the only thing she can think of is kind of, well, if he made it up here, like, he might have made it all the way to the top.
Mm-hmm.
And with the papers, were there any more prints?
Prints, oh, like footprints and everything?
Mm-hmm.
No, the ground up here is too rocky to like actually make an
Okay.
imprint in the mud like it had prior. Cool. Anything you're looking for? Anything you're specifically doing around here?
It's that cool is like looking at the engraving and like trying to see what it could have been written with. Like, is there a certain color to it?
Like it's etched into the rocks. Sorry, like as
Gotcha.
if someone like took a stick and like drew into the sand with it, sort of thing.
Okay.
Mhm.
And cool. Look to Jimmy Soto and just be like, "Yo," or like, "It- are those counselors like chill? Like, are they okay? They've been treating you all right?"
Yeah, they're great. They know so many things about like the human condition and about camping, and they're really good scout leaders. Like they even have an emergency phone in case something bad happens.
At the note of like they're great, Cool's gonna look at Becca like, I don't know about great, like, so like great, like you like that word specifically, great, Jimmy, like
Yeah, like I don't know what other staff we'd want like representing the school, because they're really cool. Like they're upstanding, like they're down to earth adults that are good influences for us.
that's what's up. Okay,
Yeah.
and
Hey. Hey. If there's an emergency phone and there's a kid missing, Why didn't they use the emergency phone? That would have been vibes.
Because then that means they have to admit that they lost a kid. Which is why they're sending us to try to find them before we have to get back, and then they have to tell people that they lost a kid. Yeah.
That makes so much sense, especially because it feels like my head is full of cotton balls.
And then content warning for people in chat about body dismemberment and body horror. If you need, take a moment. You see Skidmark say, "Oh, no, that's not vibes," and points over down about 20 feet below you all. The body of Harlan lays down on the ground, hitting the jagged rocks, looking like a discarded rag doll. 20 feet down into the gorge and is clearly dead. Some of his things lie around him, and his blank, unblinking eyes seem to be staring directly into each and every one of you. Some of his journal pages are dancing in the breeze, even down below, and only scraps of the things you've collected remain up near where you are at. One thing is certain, this was no accident. Harlan was killed, and no one could have done it other than the people that are part of the Crossroads expedition. Good, chat. Good, but good.
So, obviously, there is certain damage that you take as you tumble down some rocks, right?
Mhm.
But as his body's kind of just, laying there, does
Mhm.
it? Can I see any other damage that would have clearly not have been done by hitting the rocks repeatedly,
So,
like
from
cuts
this
or
height, because you're like 20 feet above, and the moon is like obscured due to the weird cosmic events going on, it's really
yeah.
hard to tell from this distance. If you want to head down, you can try and traverse to get closer to the body.
Yeah, I don't know how good of an idea that is,
In
considering.
those shoes?
In those
Yeah.
shoes.
Considering like I have like no physical anything on my. I could also use the entirety of the community pool. I don't know.
You
To
could
get
roll
down there
24
safely.
dice and hope.
or use a success.
Yeah, you have 2
Oh,
successes you can spend.
good.
It's like I don't mind. Also, I don't mind Lily assisting and helping because she has rope and stuff.
I can also
Oh.
volunteer. Cool, because he has combat boots.
Yeah, I think like instead of doing it herself, she would say it out loud like, hey guys, so oh, actually, when we all notice this, I want to take a look at Jimmy and see what
Okay.
his reaction is.
Yeah, go ahead and make a like observy type check,
Sure.
which is
I'll do
mostly
an
hope.
observy.
But if you want to try and claim one of the other 3, I can be talked into it.
I was like, can I join in on that? Looking.
Yeah, for sure. Anyone that wants to make a hope check here can.
Oh,
Ooh,
I got a 6, a 5, and a 4.
I had 3 6s, 2 4s, and a 5.
Dang, girl.
Okay.
You're rolling really good tonight, Taylor.
This is crazy.
Yeah.
Hope this is nuts, gang.
Anything that Cool or Shy are rolling? Anything you guys are trying to add in here?
I was gonna stay out, but I think I feel extra validated because y'all are rolling like crazy.
Yeah. Cool. Then you can tell Jimmy seems fully taken aback here, like about to keel over with sickness. Like this is not a sight he has seen before or ever expected to see.
Lily would give him a barf bag.
Like to start. Oh, so sorry. I didn't hear you start talking. My bad.
No, you get you. I was being stupid. You can keep going.
Like she just handed him a barf bag.
Yeah, she just handed him a barf bag.
Yo, it's not speaking of health.
want to start scooping up all the journal entries I can find because I know they're kind of like flittering away fast, and I'm trying to see because the one that I think it was Lily who found it last time was like, I'm being followed, this and this and that. I'm trying to see if it like mentions anyone in particular, even by description, to see if we can start narrowing down some options.
Go ahead and make me probably hope, but again, if you want to try something else, let me know.
No, hope worked good. I'm gonna take 2 community dice.
Bring the pool only down to 22.
How dare you?
Yeah, Meadow, the one that lost the
Yeah.
most dice in the community pool.
Okay, first of all, wow, whoa.
It's like, whoa, shots.
Ooh. Let's get back into focus there, camera.
That's what you get for making fun of Meadow.
Yeah, that's what you get for sassy Meadow, apparently.
The karmic camera.
Okay. Wow.
What do I need?
love
I got are we doing 4, 5, 6s or 5s?
This one,
and
4s,
just the
5s,
two?
and 6s are all good, yeah.
Okay, so I got 4 successes and 2 of them are 6s.
Okay, so go ahead and give yourself back 2 points. Within the letters, you don't find anything particularly traced back to an individual person or two, but you do find a letter that seems to be torn from the journal. Chat, I'm going to put it on screen for you all. Content warning for anyone watching. This is one of the clues that has to do with suicide. So just putting that there for anyone that needs to before the clue is shown on screen, and then it will be made small, so it will not be left up very large for very long. But you see a letter, you would find a letter that says, I do not want to be found. It is too late. I want to die. Goodbye. In the same journal etchings as the things you had found prior.
Are the other 3 still up here with me, or have they gone down into the gorge or anything to get
They
to
haven't
like, look
made
at the body?
they were making a check to see how Jimmy was reacting. No one started the descent yet, unless Cool, you and Skid
Oh,
Row
okay.
did.
Well,
We
then
can
if
start calling them
everybody's
out.
up here,
They've given their name. So if
yeah.
Benny and Cool have started descending, that'd be the only people.
I'm waving that note around. I mean, it looks like I'm waving a bunch of papers around, but I'm like, guys, and I'm holding it up. I think the idea of being vibes is kind of like leaving her now that she's seen that, and is more about wanting to get out of here and like figure it out fast so they can leave. So yeah, but this is okay. I'll go in character. Shy goes, this seems like he, like a final goodbye, but looking at him doesn't seem to be, it's kind of weird, is all I'm saying. And she'll hand it to anyone who wants to like hold it and read it.
I think
Yeah.
Lily would take it and read it and stuff. Try to probably hopefully get the same vibes. Like, this doesn't make any sense. She would be like that. I don't know if we want to, but I want to use my big brain move if I can.
Okay.
It's called how do you like them apples? I can give you one of my memento, and I can trigger a clue right now. That's even if we're not at the prompt to get the clue.
Ooh.
That is fascinating.
Hell yeah.
I love that. So I'll take that. Just give up one of your dice. That's all you have to do for the memento. And then you would all see carried on the wind. All like the wind like swoops down where the body is, and just like a file floats up to you all. A manila folder with the large confidential written on the front of it.
Crazy. Lily would take that.
Okay, cool. Let me put that on screen real
gonna-
quick. Let me send that to
I
you all
was
real
gonna
quick.
ask, like, hey Sean, would it help
Uh-huh.
if we like went down to the body and we found it there for reasons?
Yep. The wind can
No, it
bring it
flew
up.
up on the wind. Yeah,
Yeah, it
It's
flew
a
up on the
heavy
wind.
gust. Damn.
Just, the winds at the Devil's Peak, they be out here. They be doing things. And I'll put that on screen for you all, chat. And you would all find like I said, like one of those manila folders of the of a confidential report seeming to be about Harlan. It indicates that there's an FBI file on him and that he's been being tracked for a bit of time. Not really sure the origins based off of this, but all of you would know, and Skidmark would know especially, that a few years ago in town there was an explosion in a medical center. It was a huge incident in town. The only person who is known to have been part of the explosion and survived was Harlan. You'd also find a few notes saying that he was being treated at the facility and claims that he was not a part of it and was not the cause. But the people investigating him do not seem to pay any attention to that. Among the names of the people listed are just a bunch of other names. But if any of you want to make a brains check or something, or a hope check, to see if you can pick out anything specific, feel free to look at the list. If you wanted to do this, Cheyenne, you wouldn't need to.
Okay, yeah, I'll do that.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Because you would know that your sister's name is going to be on that list.
Yeah.
Oh.
What? Okay. Oh my god. Ooh, 2 5s?
Okay, yeah.
Would
Uh,
I? Well,
Did you roll?
I didn't roll yet,
Okay.
but I was gonna ask because of my baggage that I check mark.
Yeah, it's my
Would I-
baggage.
Yeah.
What's your baggage?
My baggage is when you were younger, you witnessed a horrible accident.
Then yes, I think you would also probably know the people that were in there, which was a few of the nurses and doctors who seem to have been employed by not quite the government, not the state, but not quite the government, as well as a few research centers for mental health. And you would just know from the news that one of the youngest people who would have been in remission soon would have been somebody named Sarah Plusario, the sister of Cheyenne Plusario. And Becca, you would gain that on this check reading through the list.
Yeah, I think looking at this is like she's shaking. Like Shy is fully shaking. And it says if we read through it, we gather that he said he had nothing to do with it.
Yes.
Okay. I think reading her sister's name, she pauses there and kind of lets her finger trail over it. But she is trembling a bit and she goes, I know I'm trying to be vibier. This is my sister. Do you think he could have done this?
I don't know.
No.
Yeah, I don't think so.
I don't think so. But
No, he
it
felt
this,
like the type of person to just want to be left alone, I suppose.
That's kind of the vibe I got from him. Was I gave him a sandwich, I tried to make conversation.
Yeah.
He didn't seem violent. He just seemed
sad.
Happier to isolate,
Honestly, now that I'm thinking about it, it could have his current mental state might have been survivor's guilt.
yeah. This
That-
could be,
that's possible.
or this could be used as motive for someone to do harm to him.
Oh,
Being
maybe somebody had somebody that passed away in that accident, like your sister, and they came after him because he survived.
or there was
Can I
somebody
look
else.
for any since we've looked through the list and looked at the documents, can I look for any similar last names for anyone else in our camping
Yeah,
trip
sure.
to see if
Nobody
there's a
else
Mac or
on
something?
the list has an exact last name. There is someone that you know would have been a distant relative of a McNamara, like a McConnell. That's not like direct bloodline there. And then there's also ba-dum-ba-da. There's also uh, God, my words, a Selinger, which is a local detective in town.
And Taylor, you were gonna say something earlier.
Lily be like, or somebody else could have been involved in the explosion, and then try to frame it on the last survivor, or the survivor, or Harlem saw the person who did it, and that's like the best way to keep a secret is like one of them has to be dead. So that's the only way.
I think like the note though does make it seem very like they did it to themselves. And I don't think we're honestly gonna get very far on that front mm, unless we take a closer look at the body. Me, the player, is super excited about looking at the dead body, but Becca would have hated it.
Cool. What have you been doing while they're kind of talking amongst the like intellectual group? What's Cool up to?
Cool is rattled. Cool is not feeling very cool. There's a dead body 20 feet away from him. There's gonna be a veneer of him trying to be calm, but like he's definitely like, oh, this is not good. This is very much not good. I don't feel comfortable, and our guardians on this trip are deeply unreliable.
Can you make a rep check for me?
Rep check.
Mhm.
Which die would that be? Is
Uh,
that cool? Is that a cool check?
Or cred?
Fred.
No.
Sorry,
Fred,
Fred.
got you.
Yeah.
It's hard when you learn a system in 3 days and then don't play it for a week to
No worries.
remember the stats. Yeah,
Ads.
please.
I'm
Yeah,
gonna use
and well, we
two.
can take 3 minutes to vibe. Well, actually, we'll go to a break real quick because I don't do it. I try to have little stuff during the ads so that people aren't missing out behind a paywall. We'll take a 3 minute break, and if anyone needs to do a quick bio break or anything, we can come back on the other side. So we'll see you all after the ads. There will be a link to donate on screen. See you then. Welcome back, everyone. We hope you enjoyed the ad break. We are here. We're doing fun things. We just found a body, and Cool was making a cred check to see if they could prevent their shaking knees and disposition from being a problem.
Shit. I'm gonna use 2 community die.
You got 20 additional if you want to burn through some of the 22 community die there.
I'm gonna use 3 community die.
Okay. Cool.
And I'm gonna roll them. I'm sorry, I'm doing a digital roll. Okay. I got a 5, a 1, a 3, and a 4.
5, a 1, a 3, and a 4. Perfect. The 1 puts 1 back into the community die, but cancels out your 4. So that is a success at 1 die, which is a minor complication. I kind of want you to narrate for me. What do you think, like, as your facade of just like, yeah, it's all vibes, cool, breaks? What does that feel like for Cool?
His body language is going to shift very noticeably. What he originally had his like arms were laid like comfortably at his sides. He's gonna be like hunched over, kind of like turtling up a little bit, putting his hands in his pockets, kind of like cowering a little bit. And like even as his hands are in his pockets, it's as if he's like trying to pull them across himself to like secure his
Okay.
like torso. He's looking very uncomfortable.
Yeah, you got a good relationship with Benny, so they're gonna walk and be like, "Yo, you a touch person? You a no touch person? Like, what's your vibe here?"
I appreciate you for asking. Touch is good. I think I might need a hug, to be honest.
Oh, okay. I was gonna put a hand on his shoulder. We can do a hug, and they're gonna just like lean in and like hold you until you like take a step back. Like, it's fine. We're gonna breathe together. Like, this is the same as when like you're just a little too up and you need to come down a bit, or when like
Right.
the adults just aren't listening. We got this. We're gonna get through it. Just breathe. We're gonna be fine.
Absolutely. You're good people, Skip Mark. I appreciate you.
Thank you. You good people too.
Thanks.
Okay. Uh, team investigation. What are you all up to? Miss Becca,
Yeah,
you've kind of been
so-
more off to the side as the other two were standing there together. So, what are you up to specifically? New donation. I've been informed by a source.
A reliable source.
A reliable source. If Meadow can constantly call me Your Honor, I can constantly call Meadow a source.
Your Honor. Exhibit A.
Your Honor, we got a donation. Let's see if I can find it.
I'm gonna buy one of those like small, like those mini gavels for whenever I DM.
Yes.
Like,
Please do. And then let me
Are
sit at
you
your
able
table.
to see what it is, Meadow? Because mine's not pulling it up. So if you're able to see what it is.
There
Or
is
who it
a
is,
from
specifically.
LB. Please
Mhm.
call the character LB.
Nice. Okay. LB, thank you so much for donating. That's tremendous of you. Yeah, we have an additional LB who walks up onto the scene as you all are panicking, and she's like, so just so you guys know, the police might be here soon because the counselors have this like weird phone, and they didn't know if you guys are coming back, so they called just in case you all guys died too. So the police should be here soon.
They call
Good.
now?
I know, right?
That's how Lily react. I was like, we could have called the police since day one, hour one.
This is day one.
I mean, yeah. Well, it's a figure of speech. And Lily stumbling.
Sorry, I'm scared.
It's like, I'm stressed. There's a body over there.
There's a body over there?
What? No.
Oh,
What?
God.
What?
Yeah,
Don't look.
don't
Don't
look.
look.
Don't look.
We're just joking. It's an inside joke.
Yeah, haha. Tell the
Okay.
counselors we're fine. Turn back around. LB.
Okay. Yeah, LB just kind of like goes and stands by like the sole tree at the top of this place, which I added in. Meadow, if you're like Lord note taking, the tree does not matter. I'm putting in a tree to have an NPC stand next to. But LB stands over by a tree and is just watching you all like, okay, if there's a body, shouldn't we not do something about that? Are we trained? Are we able to do things?
You said the police is coming.
Yeah, but I don't know how long they're gonna be. And that one seems like they're near the edge, maybe going down.
LB, just turn around.
Okay.
Yeah. Becca like reaches like into her shirt
Hmm.
and just like fishes for
Ooh.
a little bit and pulls out a cell phone, whatever the most expensive looking cell phone was at this time.
This time is
Um
modern day.
Yeah, it's
oh, okay.
It's
So she pulls
today.
out like the newest iPhone essentially. um
Contraband.
Mm.
you had a phone.
Whoa, shy. Whoa,
yeah.
whoa, whoa.
So like I know we all got our phones taken at the very beginning of this trip.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but I have two, like my normal phone and then like my funsies phone. Don't ask. Um, but uh, I, oh my god, this is like so. But I was just gonna try to go down there if nobody wants to help or volunteer, and take some like photos, um, of everything. Um, wow, it sounds really awful now that I'm saying it out loud. It didn't sound nearly as awful in my head.
Shy will put her hand on your shoulder very gently and a lot more soberly than she did to or sorry, not Skidmark, to Jimmy earlier, and will go, I really don't want you to think that I'm not cool. But I did see that thing behind, all the cobwebs with the spiders, and you were like, I'm not gonna reach in there. This is 30,000 times worse than that. What if I go down, because I have the proper footwear and attire, and I'll take your phone and take some pictures, and then
Oh
whoever
my
wants to
gosh,
come with
thank
me
Jesus.
can.
Yes, here. And she hands you the phone.
Oh, great.
She's like,
Like,
thank
put
you
her arm.
so much. I think, honestly, you're the coolest, okay? You're so smart and you're so brave. All right? And she stands behind you.
Wow. Somebody better do something. She's gonna fling herself over the edge of that cliff. Someone just called her cool for the first time. She's gonna like start climbing down as fast as
I
possible.
think you all have rope from the pack.
Yeah,
Gifted
Lily already
you.
gave rope in the beginning.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
Mhm.
So
We have our
you can
backpack.
make a little like carabiner line.
Yeah,
You
I'll
don't
wrap
need
it
to like
around my
freehand
waist
crawl.
and like tie it
Okay.
around that tree that you said had no meaning or purpose.
But now it
Haha,
does.
purpose fulfilled.
Yes.
And I'll tie it around the tree and around my waist, and I'll kind of start like climbing down, but leaning my weight on the rope so that it's easier.
Damn,
Nice. Yeah.
professional.
Yeah. LB is
Okay.
standing next to the tree, like really holding it there, keeping some extra like counterweight for your weight. On
Thanks,
this
LB.
tree. You got this. You're welcome. And yeah, you make it down. Is anyone else going with Shy, or is Shy going alone? What do we think?
Shy, do you need a hand down there?
I think she saw that you look completely shell shocked. So she's gonna be like, no, I think I got it. It's okay. And I don't want to strain the rope just in case it starts rubbing against some jagged rocks. So give me just a minute. If I say boom shakalaka, it's a call for help.
Ooh,
That's what's up. Okay, boom shakalaka. Got it.
Boom shakalaka.
Yeah. And also like her sort of goal, besides like taking the photos before, more things got blown away or anything got changed, is determining if there are any like other wounds on it besides just, the impact from falling and rolling on the rocks, right? To attempt
Mhm.
to determine if he was just like, if he just fell or was pushed, or if he was hurt in any other way before getting tossed.
Okay. Perfect. Yeah. So Shy, as you get down there, uh, hidden in the dark, partially from just the light outside, but partially also from the like now kind of starting to like congeal blood souping into the shirt and beneath the body. There's also it seems to be a wound, a puncture wound of some kind that could have been made with a very sharp stick or perhaps being shot.
Being shot?
A
Okay.
gun.
Um, I, I, like my hands are still shaking because I had just seen like the name of my sister. So I think just her personal baggage is one what's pushing her forward, because if he was responsible, she wants to know. But if he
Mhm.
wasn't, then she wants to exonerate this poor innocent kid. So
Mhm.
she's like shaking, but she's taking pictures as best as she can in this kind of dark light, this
Mhm.
weird light. She puts on the flash a couple times and she's like trying to get some good angles, and she does call up what she's seeing. So if she thinks he could have been like poked with something sharp or like very, long, then shot, she's going to shout that up to everybody, so that
Mhm.
they know.
Did we hear? I mean, I'm assuming like guns make noise,
They do.
right?
Mhm. Yep.
Like she's saying this to the rest of them. Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Um, did we
We gotta
like
hydrate. Everyone, go ahead and hydrate
hear
amidst the horror.
anything? Did anybody hear anything?
Not a gunshot. It was. If anything, I remember eerie quiet, but there was never like a rumble of a gun or anything.
Yeah, I don't think I heard a gun.
Okay.
Thank you, Lily.
It's
um
important to know.
I'm can I okay, this is gross, and I'm not gonna go anywhere
Yeah.
where blood is, but
Mhm.
could I search him to see if there's any, like, maybe he's got a gun tucked in his freaking waistband, or, like, maybe there's something
Mhm.
on him that will kind of help explain what went on.
Yeah, nothing in a waistband, but also like the way that the body is laying in front of you, if there was anything not deeply tucked into the pockets, would have fallen out on one or two of the hits on the way
Okay.
down. The
Yeah.
closest thing would be his backpack, which is laying a few meters from where the body is at, and it seems to have been ransacked. You can see if we can find some stuff in there, but it seems like some of the stuff that would have been in there has been taken.
Okay. Okay. I'm gonna call up. I see his backpack. Hold on. And kind of like really stretch against the rope to
Hmm.
dangle and grab the backpack. At the very least, maybe he didn't get a chance to eat my sandwich. And all my sandwiches are artisanal, so I would like to recover that. So that someone else has a chance to eat something. But I do want to look for clues for sure.
Huh. Um, the sandwich is in there. There is an artisanal sandwich. This also gets to the weird point where Taylor's summon a clue ability makes it a little weird. You find a folder that would be holding a manila envelope that seems to have been carried on the wind to the party prior. Uh,
Yeah.
That's
No
yeah.
okay.
worries. No worries.
Uh, yeah, above table, y'all know there's not a lot of guidance in this RPG, and I'm not really sure what to add in here that wouldn't throw things wildly. You find the container that this confidential folder was in before the wind blows it up to the air.
Love
Okay,
it.
beautiful.
Mhm.
Then I'm gonna kind of like tug the rope, and say,
Mhm.
"I'm coming back up." And but on my way back up, I'm looking for any like maybe scraps of fabric that were ripped off of something. Any type of. I'm keeping my eyes peeled. We'll just say it like that
Yeah.
as I'm coming
Uh,
back up the rope.
that jacket that he was wearing, you'd see like parts of it, like probably like caught on like a jagged rock, got pulled. You could grab parts like that. You would see like a little keychain that he used to keep on him that would be like landed on the side when it fell out of his pocket. You could pick up his keychain. It doesn't have like keys or anything on it. It seems mostly to be like a little emblem. And then
Yeah.
also like the thing that like he would stand and fidget with, that's also like perched on one of the rocks as you go back up the cliff.
Yeah, I think I'm just gathering belongings. I know the cops are on their way. I know eventually his family will find out about this. So, like, anything that I can recover before the wind and the night kind of like
Mhm.
whoosh, take it away, I'm going to start just taking those things with me.
Speaking of wind and the night, uh, as you're climbing, the wind begins to pick up again. slowly at first, and then faster and faster and faster until it feels like you are all right next to the eye of a tornado with a breeze about to blow you away, especially this high up top, followed by a very loud sound of a motor spinning, and you see a helicopter with a searchlight coming overhead as the local ranger rescue helicopter freezes for a moment above you, the spotlight going from like the five of you on top of the mountain to the body on the floor. And then you would see someone call out, all of you, freeze. No one touch anything. You all are being taken to containment. Somebody needs to be answered for this. And you would all recognize the voice of Agent Selinger calling out to you from this ranger helicopter. And the end of your wilderness expedition in the Black Hills happens as each of you are picked up and taken to the local museum for questioning about the death
Boom
of Darwin.
Did
shakalaka.
we just get set up, my dudes?
Seriously, like, what do you mean?
mean?
Lily's gonna be like, I have a right to attorney.
Yeah, they'll be
I don't
provided to you
answer
in the museum.
questions. Yeah, like Becca's just like, plead the fifth, everybody.
Mhm.
I know Jimmy's about to squeal
Yeah, he's
like a
snitching.
pig.
He's snitching.
Jimmy, don't be a snitch.
You need to tell the truth. The cops are only there to help you.
What? Shut up, Jimmy.
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 Got the bootlicker,
Fucking
I
Jimmy
can't
Sato.
believe it.
Yeah, you all, I imagine, willingly get into the helicopter. Tell me if you don't, because that changes. There's consequences if you don't. Okay. The six of you willingly enter into the helicopter under police supervision and are taken back to the nearby city of Sundance, the town you all set out from 2.5 hours from this mountain, what feels like ages ago, but was simply this morning. Um, you're each given a change of clothes and a hot meal and put into a large room under police supervision for questioning. Hours pass as you all sit in this museum, the only room in town big enough to contain an investigation of this kind. And morning eventually arrives, bringing soft, warm sunlight through the large windows and the skylights of the Cook County Museum. It's a microscope of the town of Sundance, big enough for all of you to sit through, but not very interesting, as it just kind of shows off the history of this town in the middle of Wyoming and the Black Hills. You know, it's the best museum they can do. It also has all of the local sheriffs and her deputies keeping watch over you all, but they don't seem to be trying to interact. They seem to be more keeping their distance as the deputy Selinger and an FBI agent come in, cleanly in pressed black suits, taking over the situation. Mona Barringer and Victor Selinger introduce themselves to the group and thank you all for your patience and cooperation. And it feels that it's much less matter of fact than it would seem for this sort of murder investigation. And throughout the night, you all are taken one by one to be questioned, starting with the friends back at camp. So you all would have a couple of hours to stew near each other as the people who were not taken first are taken away for questioning.
Becca takes her phone back
Mhm.
and sticks it back down her shirt and
Mhm.
then grabs her vape from her pocket and sticks that down her shirt too.
Okay.
Yeah. So there was no illicit substances here, Your Honor. No contraband.
I think Shy sees that happen and then
Mhm.
excuses herself to the bathroom and flushes the rest of the sleeping pills in the bottle and then throws away the actual pill bottle after like taking the sticker off of it so that she also is not doing anything wrong. And when she comes to sit back down, she looks at Becca and is like,
Oh God. Nudge, nudge, wink, wink. I think she's just mad dogging Jimmy the whole time too.
Cool.
Fuck yeah, she just hides her shit, right?
Mhm.
Just as far in there as she can, and waits. Yeah, I don't know if there's anything. Because even trying to collaborate on anything is gonna look super sus, I think.
Mhm.
We're being watched. We're absolutely being watched.
Mhm.
Um,
Yeah.
so yeah, she would have also gone to the bathroom to take her stuff out of her pockets and stick it in her shirt. She wouldn't have done that in
Yeah,
the
for
conference
sure.
room or wherever we are.
As you all are kind of sitting, you see Benny come back from their meeting, and they walk up to you, cool, and like, "Yo, I didn't do it, but I got you this. Uh, it might help a bit." And they slip you a file that they seem to have stolen from the investigation room where they were just being questioned. Uh, and let me send you all this file.
Benny.
Damn, Skidmark. Okay, okay.
Yeah, Skidmark got their shit going on.
What have we learned?
Yeah, Skidmark is like been through this before, clearly.
Here we go. Chat for you all to see on screen. And it seems to be a medical file, a history of Harlan's medical records that was stolen from the investigation interrogation room. So you don't imagine you have the longest amount of time with it. But it does showcases several of the times that Harlan had been in and out of the hospital, specifically the one that's missing. There are several signatures by Victor Salinger, and it also shows that all of the doctors in this place are marked as official government agents, which would contradict the news report you all heard in town when the investigation originally happened.
I'm not gonna ask how you got this.
Yeah,
Appreciate the
yeah,
intel, dude.
yeah. I think you all are up next, so like if you want to like try and get a story straight, now might be the time to like get your story straight or something.
That's what's up. And Cool will sh- turn to the group and be like, "Yo, like, come close. Like, I don't want to like say this like loud. Okay." So to get the kid, show me this sheet of like all of dude's medical history, like the ins and outs, the inner workings. The doctors aren't even doctors; like they're feds. Like they're
Did you have that
feds.
lying around?
The news just like lied to us. I mean, they're probably not good feds. I don't know how Skidmark, got this, but like
It
this
says
is contradicting
delusional
everything.
occurrences here.
I, listen, I'm not a doctor, but something's not adding up, and I know for damn sure we're not gonna be the ones to fall because of it.
Right. So we need to keep
All
our
we did was
story
show
straight.
up and find him. As long as we tell the truth, we should be fine. I hope they freaking arrest those counselors.
Like,
Forgive my
the thing
French and
is,
harsh cussing language.
it's like we should probably not tell them about like that whole like collective hallucination thing. Considering they might just say we're delusional too and seeing
Okay.
things. Um, but everything else. Oh, and the whole breaking into um where you guys got, with the gasoline and the oil and stuff. Probably omit that.
I don't know what
Thankfully,
you're
I don't
talking
think
about.
there was nobody else there. Good.
Yeah, I don't even recall what that is.
As you're walking in, they walk in. Yo, prep girl, you're up. And Becca, you're summoned to the interview room. The rest of you are able to talk. But Becca, you are pulled aside. And I'll ask you your question first. So, in a private room with just you and the two agents, uh, they ask you where you were when Harlan went missing and if you can prove it.
Well, that kind of is the thing, right? I don't know when he went missing. We just got to camp and he wasn't there. But on the way to camp, I was talking with Heather the whole way. So,
And
yeah,
Heather
I
will say
guess
that
I
she
could
was
prove
with you
it.
the whole way. Okay. And so if her account was to say something different, what would you say to that?
And she's lying, but I don't know why she would be lying.
What was your relationship like with Harlan Mitchell?
Non-existent. Yeah.
Okay.
I found out he existed that same day. And then I was talking with Heather the whole way up to camp. We got to camp, and then he wasn't there anymore. So, to me, his existence in my brain was like 15 minutes, maybe.
Okay, so you seem to be someone who's up on the news and the Times, someone that loves to live on their phone. You're claiming you did not know about the tragic event in your town that would have been broadcast and that you did not know of Harlan's relationship to that. Is that correct?
Yes and no. So, I know there was like an accident. But honestly, that's not, I don't like looking at those things. It's just so sad. You know what I mean? So I know there was an accident and that some people died. So I'm aware of that. But I just kind of scroll through that because it's so sad. So I don't know any of the names or any of that. So
Okay,
no, I
thank you
had
very
no
much.
idea Harlem, you know.
And they'll send you back. What were the other three talking about uh, while Becca was out of the room?
Do you guys think they talk to the
No.
counselors?
Have we seen the counselors go in? Like, were they like the first to get
They were
interviewed
the
since they're
first two
adults? Like,
taken
what
in.
happened?
Yeah.
Okay.
You would the general vibe that you would see, they're both still together. They're not in like the same containment area as you all are, because they're kind of filing out all the paperwork and everything. Mr. Stevie appears distraught and sad. That like candy coating he always had, that's like his emotional, like everything's fine, purely gone. You can hear him muttering a couple times that he blames himself for it. Like if he had been a better leader, if he had been a better counselor, this would never have happened. It could look like an act, but if it was an act, it'd be a pretty damn good one. You also see Miss Ramirez is a lot more quiet and standoffish. Anyone that's coming up to ask her a question, she's helpful to and is answering it, but then will like return back to the authority figures of being like, "Hey, let's make sure we're doing what they need." Um, she could be being seen as secretive, but if it's secretive, it's because she's trying to hide information to protect other teams.
So we like we can see the counselors and they can see us.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Cool would say to Shy and Lily, like in a tone of voice that they could hear from a
Mm-hmm.
distance. I this is messed up. Like I wish we had more reliable chaperones.
Yeah. Make a cred check for that. Or no, make a cool check for that, sorry.
Okay, cool.
I don't know how I can assist with that, but Lily would say, I agree.
Yeah, that's all you need. Go ahead and add a how many of your
Yeah.
memento die are you giving over to cool? And remember, you've got 21 in the community pool if you want to
Yeah.
use them.
Use
I'm
them.
gonna use 2 community pool die.
Okay. And then
then
how many is Lily handing over?
I can give one.
perfect.
Cool.
Thank you.
No problem.
All right, rolling these. All right, 2 6s, 2 1s, 2 2s, and a 5.
2 6s, 2 1s, 2 2s, and 5. Okay. 2 6s, 2 1s. So those don't cancel each other out. So you gate back the 2 to the community die. You get 2 to yourself. So that's 2 successes total, which is enough that like they hear you, and you know that they heard you. You also know that the agents have heard you, but it doesn't sound convincing enough to be putting suspect over there. It sounds like you're trying to cover up for someone.
Cool. No.
Cool.
And they're like, yeah, maybe you're a good one to ask next. And they take you to the investigation room as Becca is returned. Becca,
That's
is there
what's
anything
up.
you would be telling the party as you return to them?
How was the interrogation?
Honestly, a lot less exciting than I thought it was going to be. I don't think they're asking the right questions.
Well, that's not good. We need them to arrest these counselors, or else they're gonna arrest Cool.
Yeah.
Why
Cool.
would they arrest Cool?
Cool. They don't believe
Well,
Cool.
Cool accidentally looked extremely suspicious while you were in there.
in a short amount of time. Did they take the file away from them, or did we hide it at the comfort?
The what?
If it was just like in your hands, they would have collected it. If you had a way to hide it before getting in the helicopter and keep it hidden, then you can have it.
Like putting it in our backpacks type
Backpacks?
of thing? Because we all
Sure,
have
yeah.
backpacks.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
I think Lily would put it in the backpack. I would like
Well, then, yeah.
secretly for Lily to look over those names again.
Mhm.
It's like,
Sure.
what was the names on them again?
The names listed in there.
Yeah.
The three that stood out to you were a distant relative of the McNamara family, now you can piece together the wife of the detective agent here, and the sister of Cheyenne.
And so I
Not
think
the
Lily
wife.
would clock the wife name of,
Okay.
of hearing the agents and stuff.
Mhm.
And then she would try to whisper to the gang and just be like, if they're not asking the right questions, then maybe they're already about to use us as a cover up for something.
It would
Because-
make sense if it had something to do with the detective, right?
Yeah. It's kind of crazy that the detective's on this case and that their wife is killed on.
And
Yeah.
well, you are pulled into the questioning room, and as you walk in, they're like, "Hey, yeah, just it's gonna be super chill. What size shoe do you wear?"
Super chill.
That's so sus.
What size shoe do I wear?
What size shoe do you wear?
May I ask why?
Because you are wearing combat boots, and someone in camp was saying that a print was found fresh in the mud of a shoe size fitting your description. So we just want to know if it's maybe the same size or not.
Interesting. I saw that same print.
Okay. We got so much. Hydrate, stretch, check your posture.
Oh my
No one
God.
can swear. Actually,
Oh.
Vinny, tell us who can't swear. It's one person for 5 minutes. So tell us who has to be censored. No, you can't yell goodbye. We need to know the answer to the question.
You.
Oh, I can't swear. Okay, cool. I feel like out of the characters in the world, I'm the
Deserved.
least likely. That is fine. I'll set a 5-minute timer. Cool. Yeah, I mean, most people would often be able to know their shoe size off the top of their head. So a little strange that you're not willing to comply with an investigation.
If that's non-compliance, then okay.
Noted. Okay. Do you know of anyone that didn't like Harlan Mitchell? What was your relationship with him like?
Didn't like him? No. I didn't know him until the trip and didn't even know him until they said he was missing.
We've been hearing a lot of that tonight. Did anyone on the trip know him well, you think?
Maybe? I don't know. Like, who do you know who he associated with? Like, what?
We know that right before the trip started, he got into a fight with a buddy of yours. With one Skid Mark Benny. Seems like the two of them didn't hit it off very well. Something about a picture being taken.
I don't know anything about that. Skid Mark's a very chill dude.
Interesting. Anything you want to say to your own defense there, or just defending others and saying that the people charged with protecting you don't do their jobs?
Oh, well, if they don't do their jobs, they don't do their jobs, you know? There's nothing
Noted.
to defend.
Okay. And you want to give us that shoe size one more time, or still leave it ambiguous?
You can measure in the way out if you want.
I think we're going to get all we're going to get from you. Thank you. You're free to go back. And you are returned to the holding area. Anything that the three of you would have said while Cool was out of the room?
She would have told the other two the questions that she was asked in case, because she doesn't know if they're getting asked the same questions or not. And so she would have told them what she was asked in case they wanted to formulate some answers or whatever, whatever that was. And then, yeah, I think that's what she would have done. If we see Cool come out, I think she would have asked him what he got asked so that they know, is everybody getting asked the same questions or not?
While you're returning, can I get the other two to roll me just a single d6? Because whoever gets rolled higher is going to be taken before this conversation could happen.
I got a 3.
I got a 5.
Okay, so yeah, Cool. As you're taken back in, Lily, you're immediately pulled out before you can know what the questions being asked are. But yeah, we'll have the three of you can have that talk if you want while we're bringing Lily over. So yeah, Becca is able to ask both now Cool and Shy about the questions.
Well, when you go in there, or when you come out, Cool, I think Shy is like, so Becca says that they're going to ask this and this and this. Is that what they asked you?
Cool is gonna, I think, just take like a big exhale, and his title in this game is The Dropout. So I imagine this is a student who has experienced a lot of not discipline per se, but has had to answer questions and has had to like either defend himself or like weave his way around accusatory claims and whatnot. So I wouldn't say Cool is like new to this, if that'd be fair to assess. So
Yeah.
he's gonna, after getting that line of questioning from the detectives or the cops, whoever, Cool's just gonna like go to Shy and Becca and be like, listen, the questions that they're asking us are to get us to admit. They're trying to get confessions. They're not trying to solve this. He asked me my shoe size the moment I walked in. They're trying to match us to whatever they found at the forest.
Okay.
And that might not be
Yeah.
above table. That might not be true or not, but that is how Cool is like interpreting that line of
Yeah,
questioning.
for sure.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, it did feel like, a little bit framey. I think we mentioned earlier as well. So this just kind of proves that a little more, which is really fucked up.
This really could be the problem and not ours at all. But she looks at both of you and goes like, but seriously, just, are you both okay?
But yeah, I'm fine. My questions are like boring as hell, like background stuff, nothing about what actually happened. So yeah, they might just be like, they might have just looked at us and decided Cool was like the easiest one to frame. Which is also really fucked up. Sorry for that. That
Yeah,
sucks for
right.
you.
Okay.
And we'll
And
cut
And
to
Cool, are
the
you okay?
investigation room. We'll come back to Cool. Are you okay? But we're going to cut to the investigation room as Lily walks in. The demeanor with you, Lily, seems to be very different from the other two. Like, hey, yeah, we just have a couple questions. The others were really pointing you out as like a trustworthy leader in the group, and they said that you knew a lot of stuff. So we're just wondering if you could tell us a couple of the things that you found while you were like out with your friends. Like, there's a couple of details we're missing that we'd really love to get a bit more of information on.
Oh yeah, sure.
Cool. So, did you find anything that like we maybe haven't been given yet?
No.
Sure.
Yeah.
Okay.
Who is Lily talking to? Is this just a random NPC?
It's the two officers that are leading the investigation. The guy whose wife was in the hospital, and then the FBI agent.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. Okay. I
Dude,
just
like,
wanted to make sure because you seem like you have a great shot of like going and getting like an advanced degree or becoming like a head like researcher in a science college. We just want to make sure nothing gets in the way of that if anything were to come to light
Veiled
about
threats.
investigations.
Oh my god.
I was like,
So,
that sounds like a threat,
yeah, just-
officer.
oh, I can rephrase it. We would love to sponsor you and give you a scholarship if you're able to help bring the true killer to light.
Now that's a
Oh,
bribe.
You're right. You're
Okay.
not in the scene.
I'm
Okay,
so bad.
can. You want me to bring the killer to light?
If you could, yeah, that'd be great.
Yeah, I can definitely do that. I think the killer is you, Mr. Agent Man.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Why do you think
Explain.
that?
Well, it's kind of suspicious that Harlem died and was the last survivor of the explosion, where my condolences to you, where your wife died. And that's very emotive. And then hearing some line in the question
just
and
a
start
real, just a quick question. Is your memory really that good that you would know from an article years ago that my wife died, or how
Yeah.
did that connection come to you?
Yeah, because like you said,
Make
I'm
a
an
cred check.
excellent.
Make a cred check.
Like you said, yeah. I'm definitely going in this community.
Take
full.
the whole community.
Full. Damn, I take the whole
Take
community.
the whole thing, dude.
We don't need.
Go off, girl. Go off. Take 10.
You also have 2 successes. I still want to remind you.
Oh, y'all cool with just me using a success?
Yeah, go for it.
I'll just
I
use
was like,
it
this
as
is a spot you
success.
probably don't want to fuck up in.
Yeah, like I'm gonna use
Yeah.
a success.
Cool. Yeah, they start questioning you about other people whose names are on the list, and just like you're able to like, yeah, this and this and this, and like whether or not they believe you, you can't tell, but you recall the list well enough
Mhm.
that it seems like you got it from the news.
Yeah.
Okay.
As
And
and she's her last name is like it's just very like contradictory that you're part of this case right now and you're questioning us, and that's very uncomfortable. And you shouldn't do that. You shouldn't be in the room if Shy's in the room.
why specifically if Shy's in the room?
Well, because you already investigated all the rest, interrogated us. If I was first, I would have said for everyone else too.
So it's not anything specific about Shy that you think would be a concern to have me in the room with them for.
No.
Okay. Interesting. How did you know Harlan Mitchell?
I know that Harlem did a lot of. I don't know. We talked a little bit. I think in camp and stuff. Seemed pretty chill, but that's pretty much it. Kept to themselves.
Okay. Did you ever ask them about this thing you know so much about? Did you ever engage with them? Did you see if they have any friends, anyone that talked to them before they went missing?
No, none of my business.
Interesting. Okay. And you don't have anything like there's a lot of missing pages from a journal. You wouldn't happen to have found any of those or anything.
No, why would I have that?
We have no reason to believe you would. We're just asking everyone to see that if anyone found them, that they could turn them in.
I didn't know there was even missing journal pages.
Okay. Well, thank you for your time. We'll take you back.
Thank you.
Cool. On your question from Becca.
Yeah, cool. Just be like, yeah, it's whatever. It's fucking cops. I'm fine. I don't care. I'm fine. And like the shakiness of earlier is like has been coming off, and he's like putting on another shell to face authority figures.
Okay. Cool. Then Shy, you are brought in as Lily is returned to the room. Lily, I'll give you the same chance. Anything you want to tell the other two while Shy is being taken away?
Shy. It's like It's like, just don't say anything. Plead the fifth.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah,
Don't.
yeah,
To be honest, like don't let
strong
the
here.
agent man be in there.
Okay. Like this teenage girl can say who can be in the room. with
Yeah.
me.
Yeah.
Yeah, you were taken into the room with both the agent man and the FBI detective, both of whom in there. But Lily, as you return to the group, anything you want to say to Becca or to Cool?
Like, did any of you guys said anything about me in y'all's interrogation?
No, they didn't even ask me about you guys, any of you at all. Did they
No.
ask you about us? She
No.
turns to Cool.
They only asked me about Skidmark and Harlan. That was it.
Why?
They said that you guys said I had like evidence and like missing pieces or something like that. Or like,
See, I think that's called like a setup or something. I don't know the technical term.
Yeah, it's
But-
a setup. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
yeah, definitely said it. I didn't give them any information.
Nice.
Good shit, Lily.
Nice.
Yeah.
Did they believe you?
I hope so. Maybe not, because the agent man is still around.
Worst person to go last. I'm so scared.
Like like I called out the agent man, so that I may go to jail for that. But other than that, we should be fine.
I think Cool's gonna go over to just Shy and just be like, I know this is a
Oh,
lot
Shy's
right
gone.
now.
Shy's
Shy-
been pulled out of
Never
the scene
mind.
already. Yep.
Scratching it.
Yep.
You're actually getting
Shy
dragged.
got taken out. Yeah. Cool. Yeah. Then Shy, as you're brought in, they sit you down and like, yeah, we've been told that you have a history of criminal break-ins to offices of your supervisors solely for purposes of vindictively proving you are better than your peers. So if that's something we want to have scratched from the record, it might be best for all of us to be open and honest with each other. Because that was one of the first things the counselors told us, is that you admitted publicly to everyone that you broke into their office to check a peer's GPA.
Now, I'm so sorry. Usually I'm used to people like introducing themselves or saying hi. So since we've skipped that part, I do think you should look into those counselors. Seriously, we were not safe out there in those woods at all for even a second. But I did do that. I don't understand why that's relevant. Are you trying to ruin my college career?
No. We're not trying to. We're just trying to prove that the. Well, not prove. We're trying to find the murderer of a poor young man who had his life so unfairly ended prior to his natural time.
Okay.
So, just wanted to let you know what we've heard about you, so that you knew where we were coming from.
Well, that's definitely true, but has nothing to do with Harlan. I'm pretty sure his GPA was nowhere near mine.
Oh, and if it was, would that make him a threat to you?
No, I'm going to be valedictorian, so no. I have
Yeah,
no academic threats.
Interesting. Do you have threats of other kinds?
Yes. So in the woods, I have made a list of predators that are naturally occurring and poisonous herbs that are naturally occurring to avoid, because the real threats are Mother Nature herself. Bears, lions, mountain lions specifically.
Lovely, yes. We'll make sure to put
Rabid
those on the record.
raccoons.
Real question for you real quick. What's your shoe size?
I'm sorry, how is that relevant to the rabid raccoons?
Well, the rabid raccoons are a threat in nature, and another threat we possibly found in nature was a boot print leading to the mountaintop, and so far the only person with the right size shoe would be your friend Skidmark. So we just want people to clear your name, so that if they are the ones that were maybe leaving tracks, we can get this going. They also did let us know that the two of you were traveling together, and they could use you as a witness alibi, but also did point out that there was a time when everyone kind of seemed to black out, and they weren't sure if you fell asleep or not as well.
I did notice that there was kind of like a rolling blackout in the camp, but when I passed out and when I woke up, Skidmark was right next to me. So I don't see how that would have been any different.
Okay. And you're confident that they would say the same about you?
Yeah, we both passed out, we both woke up, and then we looked at each other and were like, hey, we passed out and woke up.
Okay.
I hope this is a thrilling retelling for you.
Oh, we're just collecting data. But for the record, you're not sharing your shoe size, correct?
Yeah, my mom says to watch out for people who want to know things about my feet at my tender age, so I'm not going to share that information with you.
Okay, noted. Not willing to engage. Oh, we just had a couple of other questions about things. On top of the mountain, there was a weird etching into the ground. Seems to be a 5 or maybe an S or something. Do you know anything about that?
Yes, I saw it.
Okay. Nothing else that you want to add to maybe its origin, who could have caused it, anything like that?
Um, well, I thought, well, when we got up to the top of the area, there was a lot of stuff strewn about. So the only thing that I could think is that Harlan did it because it seemed like it was spelling out something, but it didn't make any sense to me. So I'm not sure.
And would it possibly be him attempting to spell out your sister's name in your last moments before throwing him off of a mountaintop?
That is wild. No, no. Why would anyone do that?
Hey, we
Like,
just
why
your
would
friends
someone
brought
be
up that there's concern
spelling
about
my
me being on the
sister's
case for having a connection to an event. We know you have a connection to the event. If we are being asked to investigate that, we need to investigate it from all angles.
Yeah. Okay. I guess I just don't understand why a 17-year-old boy would be spelling out my sister's name in
Just
the
in
dirt
case
and
needed to say who maybe threw him off of a cliff. We're
and
just
he
we're
said
just
my
asking
sister?
questions. We're just asking questions here. As we were going, as we were coming up, you were kind of pulling yourself back up the mountainside, clearly having been down at the body. Anything you want to say
Boom
you found
shakalaka.
on the body? Anything you want to say you did down there?
Yes. So I went down to see if maybe he could be saved or if we could figure out anything of like the origin of why he was like that. I didn't really find anything. It was just a lot of blood, like a mostly empty backpack and like scraps of his jacket. So I didn't really get to do anything significant, but I tried.
Okay, okay, good to know. What was your relationship like with Harlan?
I made him a sandwich just like everyone else on the retreat.
And what was your last conversation with him?
I said, "Here, take this sandwich."
Okay, okay. Well, thank you for your time. We just have a couple more questions. There's nothing that you would be holding out on. We've been told that like pages were scattered, and we're trying to find the last couple of pages. You don't happen to have those or know who would you?
Nope, I found a couple of pages, but they were kind of whisked away on the wind. There it seemed like a lot of them had been torn out of the journal when we came up. At least a dozen were already kind of fluttering about the space, so I'm not sure how you'd go about recovering them. I saw a couple, but it just seemed to be like letters, like homework from therapy. Nothing really significant.
Letters from therapy. Do you think Mr. Mitchell could be in a altered mental state that could have led to this situation happening?
I don't know. When I gave him the sandwich, he seemed really lucid. So I'm not sure. I don't know much about his history.
Well, we can stop asking some questions there. We have a few more of your friends to get a couple more informations from, and then we'll give everyone a little update on when they could go home. Thank you for participating to your full and honest effort.
Is that the agent who lost his wife saying that? As I get up to leave, I'm going to look at him very earnestly and
Hmm.
say, I'm really sorry for your loss. I really wish
Thank
that
you.
hadn't happened.
Yeah, there's a lot of things we wish don't happen, but thank you for your concern. And then
Yeah,
they
and she'll
bring you
leave.
back. Okay. Nice. So I'm gonna have two things happen. One, you all have a chance to meet up together. Well, no, before Shy gets back, the three of you, we're gonna do three things. First step, the three of you get to talk about anything you want without Shy in the room. Second step, I want each of you to tell me in an independent private message who you think the killer is. And three, you all will have a chance to come back together as they interview Jimmy Sato as the last person to be interviewed.
Fucking
So,
Jimmy.
He's the last. That's suspicious.
Oh my god, where the hell are your DMs, Sean? Did we only get one?
one. Yep.
Fuck.
The one person you think it is. But before any of that happens, Shy's not in the room. Anything the three of you want to talk about?
I think like
Oh.
sorry.
No, I was just gonna say I would have asked you like what they asked you, so we know kind of are getting like an aggregate of what information about us do they have, and that's what I would have done.
Yeah, I think Lily would be like, yeah, they just asked. They was really adamant that I had like, like the journal pages, but I just said that I don't know anything about a journal. Asked me if I even knew who he was. I don't know him that well, and then just and threatening me about the or and bribed me too, saying that like they was going to give me a scholarship or something like that if I told them who the killer is, and I said it was the agent. And yeah, but now as I'm looking at the evidence, I have a different suspicious now.
Yeah, like that does seem like a real conflict of interest,
Yes, very.
honestly.
Yeah, I don't know how you got on this case like this, but there's also somebody else that matches everything on my theory too.
Who's that?
Well, I was like, I don't know. I'm afraid to say it out loud, and I might get judged.
Judged.
Yeah. I was like, Lily's like contemplating back and forth. I
Too
feel
Go for it. Go for it.
uh, somebody else that has real motive here is Shy.
Sorry.
We taught her vibes though.
We do, but when we all blacked out, there's no alibi for Shy. Shy's sister was in the thing in the hospital too as the agent's wife, so they both have the same motive there. Uh, I don't know her shoe size, but it's just like the motive is there, and it has to be somebody in camp or the agent. But those are the two people I'm thinking about right now.
I mean, and cool, you said that they brought up Skidmark too.
Yeah,
Was it
because
Skidmark was with Shy, right?
mm-hmm. Yeah, Skidmark was partnered with Shy.
Just like Skidmark be the only person to give them an alibi.
That's bold, Lily.
I know it's very bold, and it's like I feel. And then the thing that keeps on haunting me the most is the SAR.
Why? What does that have to do with anything?
Can I roll a like a brains check?
Yeah, you can do a hope check.
Okay. Oh, yeah. So I want her to have two theories on the
Okay.
SAR. The
Okay.
one with Sarah, and the
Okay.
other one is for the agent, which is
SAL.
Yeah.
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 Actually, is it SAR? Or is it just SAL?
Let me dig in this community pool. I'm gonna
Yeah,
take 3.
SAL. Okay.
I took
How do
3.
you taking?
3.
Okay.
I got 3 1s, 1 6, 2 5s, and 2 4s, and then 2
Okay,
2s.
so that cancels out. You got 1 5 and 2 4s, right?
2 5s, 2 4s.
Okay, so that'd be a mixed success at 2, but you gain back the 3 you spent from the pool. What would be a fun mix? Like, what would be a fun complication in this moment? My immediate thought is to have Shy walk back in the middle of the sentence, but Shy is canonically in the interrogation room, so that wouldn't work out timing wise. So, what are some fun complications, friends? What could
I
we do
mean,
here?
this, because I did ask her, what did you get
Mhm.
asked and stuff. So this
Mhm.
could be like the tail end of our conversation if you did
Sure.
want Shy's
Yeah,
interrogation to
Yeah,
be over
let's
by
have
then.
that. Shy, you walk back
Just because
in
it's fun.
to Lily spelling out, you know what, it could be SAR in the sand. That's a lot like Sarah.
Yeah, I think I come back out and I'm like, I have a smile on my face because I did what my friends told me to do, which is not
Mhm.
say anything. Because what she was gonna do was go in there and like dump her backpack, so all of the stuff for Harlan would be like, you take it, figure it out. But like they said, don't say anything. Very specifically, Lily had been like, don't give them any evidence. So she
Hmm.
didn't do that. And she comes back
Ads.
out and is like,
Yeah. There we got an ad.
oh, should I pause
I
for
know
ad?
it's a 3-minute ad, and I know we kind of gotta out soon. So go ahead and do it. We won't do like a big final thing until the ads are done, but you can all like do like a brief like amongst yourselves thing.
But yeah, keep
Yeah,
going
I
with it.
think she shows up and hears that, and the smile that was on her face kind of like falls, and subconsciously she reaches for her fanny pack like she needs to take another half of a sleeping pill, but realizes she's dumped them, and then just kind of looks at you guys and goes, do you want to know what they asked me?
Actually, yeah, that would be super helpful. We are just trying to put all of the clues together. And we are trying to see what every person got asked so that we know how much they know about us. That's why we were talking about the clues again. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, cool. Vibes, friends. Well, they asked about my shoe size, because I have my combat boots. They asked about the S or 5 in the sand, and they said it could have been Harlan spelling out my dead sister's first name in his last seconds. They asked me if I had anything in my backpack or like had collected anything of his, and I said no. And then they asked me what was going on like down when I was like looking at the body and taking the pictures, which we haven't looked at, by the way. And they don't know that you have those pictures, so that might help us form some kind of conclusion. But they mentioned alibis with like Skidmark and the passing out and stuff, and since you mentioned that they said that Skidmark had gotten into some confrontation, that raised some alarms, but I just really don't think that they would do that. Um yeah, and they brought up the me being in the office and to look at GPAs, like that makes me a murderer. So I don't know. I'm a little nervous because
Um,
mine seem to be like them grilling me a lot more than you guys.
See, the only thing I find like a little weird, okay, let's be honest, this whole thing is like a lot of weird, um, but a little weirder than the rest of it has
Bit of
been.
strange.
Yeah. It is strange. You just can't help yourself, Taylor.
It is so strange. Welcome back, chat. It is strange. It do be strange.
It's kind of
It
crazy.
be strange. It be strange like that sometimes. Something I do find like a little weirder is how they knew what, because you said that when we were in front of the ranger tower, right? And that was something that was like self-contained, right? So how would they
Said
know?
what?
When she like Shy told the counselors
That was
about getting
at
the
the
records.
campsite as soon as you all got to the campsite. It was
And
everyone would have been
the
there. It was not at the
counselors,
tower.
they said that the counselors told them. I don't know if that's true, but that's what they said.
Did they say that the
Um,
counselors
They
told
did,
them?
yep. Just above
Yeah.
table so that you all have the facts all on board. That was not at the
Mhm.
tower. That was after everyone moved to the campsite together.
Right.
Yeah.
When Jamie Sato was being all good and Cheyenne went, "Why is Jamie Sato cool?" And Shy was like, "I broke into your office. I know I'm smarter." That was at the campsite.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, so the counselors are trying to cover their butts and make us look bad or make you look bad
I
because
mean,
they
I
didn't
do
do their job.
kind of look bad because I broke into a building that they told like they knew about, not just the counselor's office. I let Cool and Skidmark go into the no trespassing ranger's office, and I stole a bunch of stuff from there, and I moved a bunch of stuff out of a secured area. But I really just wanted to arm the kids because they just give us flashlights and tiny little Swiss Army knives, which aren't going to help us. And I'm really scared of fires, okay? My sister literally died in an explosion, so I wanted to move the stuff out of the way. I don't know who did it, but I don't want
If
anybody
it was
else to get hurt.
safe to like hand you my vape right now, I would. But we shouldn't do that here. Even I know that.
Yeah, we should vote.
But I would.
And
I just want
on
you to
that
know that.
line, I'd like you all to message me who you think the killer is.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Oh no.
If you have said something prior and you want to change it, feel free. If you have said something prior and I don't get a message, I will take that as you are keeping your original guess.
Mm,
So no need to send a second message if you're not planning to change it.
mm.
Because some of you have been sending it throughout the session, which is fun.
Shh.
I didn't know we could do that.
If chat can do it, why can't you four?
Yeah, honestly, I didn't expect this.
Chat, who do you think it is? I'm stuck between two. This is so hard.
I feel like I'm wrong.
I feel like
Same.
I'm crazy.
100%.
Yuri, I'm gonna need your answer.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like I'm wrong too, but I don't have.
I'm definitely wrong.
It's an inside job.
Okay, cool. So all of you are taken. Not all of you, like everyone, not just the four of you, are taken to like the main area, and they're like, okay, well, there's a couple people whose names have been proposed, but the prevailing thing seems to be your adults in charge. So if any of you would like to present evidence on why we should arrest one of the people who was supervising you, we would love to hear it. And this kind of feels like the last moment to make your case. Regardless if it's the person that's like right, this is your chance to say who you all think it is and who you're going to pin this on.
Becca, because she's the one that's like been throwing words at the counselors a lot. She's like, I have thoughts. I don't even have to take the time to formulate them. They're there. Let me give them to you, please. She's like, well, I have two things, right? So actually I have three. Wow. I have three things. So the first one is when we were walking to the campsite, right? They like made us do like this buddy pairing or whatever. But they never like checked in on us and didn't even notice him being in the back or not having a buddy or straggling behind. So had they done their job there, maybe he wouldn't have, been able to just vanish into thin air.
So, question
Second,
there: neglect is not motive. What would be the reason that they would want that?
uh, hmm, I don't know. If one of them did it, then why would they bring light to themselves by checking? So it's like the neglect, it enables somebody to do
Okay.
it. So they were, if they didn't do it, they were in on it. They also didn't make a real attempt to search for him, which is like super sus, right? They sent these kids who, like, honestly, I've never even been in the woods before. So why would I have a chance of finding a missing person in the woods? Um, and they didn't search for him. And third, they probably in, like, I'm assuming, try not to incriminate themselves, sent us children to go and look for him where now you all found us and the body, as if like they didn't want to go up there, which is also super sus.
Does anyone else have any case they'd like to make against the officers? Not the officers, against the counselors? Yes, Miss Plesario.
My main point here is that as soon as they knew that a child was missing under their supervision, they had a phone that they did not tell us they had, and they didn't use it to call anyone until they had already sent a group of children to a very precarious cliff to call. I don't know. I didn't like that.
Okay. Anyone else wanting to contribute information here?
They like didn't call a park ranger to Shy's point at the nearest convenience. Like, what are we supposed to do? We're here on a trip. There are chaperones.
Then, yeah, and Lily, anything you want to add?
No, because I think Lily doesn't believe in the council theory at this moment in time to contribute. She's like, there's a difference between being neglectful and then murder. Like she doesn't think they would have motive.
Yeah. Then seeing your lack of contribution there, they look to you and like, well, your friends are all quite chatty. If you've got something you want to say, now's your time. Otherwise, I think we're gonna have to take these two people to court.
If Lily makes her case, does it have to like just go with the group, or does she just?
No, you can just make a case against
I was
anyone.
like, I think Lily is gonna be like, I honestly think it's the agent that Lily's saying. It's just everything's very sus that you're here conveniently. You're on this case. Like your wife died. That's motive. The only survivor is here, and a lot of people suspect that he didn't do it, but anger can festers and grieves can change a person and stuff. So you probably have to blame someone, and this is the only opportunity. And then when we had the blackout, it was the perfect time to commit a murder. And like, what
And
shoes do you got on?
you look down. They do have on very professional work boots.
What size you wear?
I'm sorry, I don't see how that's pertinent.
What size do you wear?
Does anyone else here have?
What size do you wear? Yes, all of us. What size do you wear?
That's right. I did ask all of you, and I'm happy to share that I wear a size 9, unlike your two friends who do not want to give any information about theirs. If
You wear a
anyone else
size
here
9?
has,
Wait.
if anyone else here has information they would like to prove to the case, please provide information now.
Also, yes, if you wear a size 9, that's also the same size as the footprint.
Interesting that you knew that and were willing to tell on me, but not your two companions who you seem to be protecting.
Of course.
Neither of them wear a size 9?
I don't know them like that, but I was like, but you admitted and gave up that information willy-nilly if you knew the evidence at hand too.
You see him starting to get very like his eyes are lighting up with like anger, and he's like, "Well, clearly you're just spending too much time playing police here. So if anyone else has any information they would like to present, please do. Otherwise, I think we're pretty good to go."
No,
Cool.
because like
Right.
if you could tell me, Mr. Officer, who's the
Let's-
other two people's motive?
We'll let Cool go.
Sorry, cool.
No, you're good. You're good. I feel like this is a good moment to use Cool's power.
Do it. Yeah, do
Uh,
it.
it's back
Do
talk.
it.
Do it.
Okay,
It's
yeah.
called
What's back talk to you?
It says you've learned how to get what you want by hurling a barrage of insults and banter. Roll a single die, calling odds or evens. If you're correct, double your dice pool on a social challenge roll. So I guess like
Okay.
what I want to try to do is, yeah, I guess egg them on. Really, just egg them
Yeah.
on and see what we can do to what we can
Cool.
get.
So
out.
roll your d6. What are you taking?
I'm just gonna use a success. Is that cool, yo?
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. You can spend a success on that. Sure.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Cool. And then go ahead and make a cool or cred check to try and like egg this guy on. Doubling the dice pool, and you have 21 dice in the community pool. That you can
Use
take
them
and
all,
double if you
man.
want.
Yes.
If you want to roll with 42 plus whatever, you're welcome to do so.
Use them.
I won't use
Use
42.
the-
I'll
dude.
use like 20 dice.
20.
So we'll pull 10 out of the community pool.
That is too funny.
This is not all twos. Now,
Yeah. Okay, let's do some math here. All right. So I got 1 6. I have
Okay.
3 5s,
Okay.
3 4s,
Okay.
4 1s.
The fours aren't going to count. Only 5s and 6s on this one.
Got you. Okay. And then 4 1s.
Okay, so-
There's okay. Yeah. Is that?
So, and there were 4 1s. There were 3 5s, right?
Yeah. 3 5s. 1.
Okay.
3 5s, 1 6, and then 4 1s.
So all of the 5s get canceled out, which brings you down to a 1 point of success. But you do gain back. You're up to 14 in the community pool. As they look to go, so once again trying to throw information to anyone except for yourself. Very interesting.
Wait.
Luckily, Heather McNamara gave you an alibi, or you would be having much more heat thrown your way. But
Wait,
thank you
I
for
just
trying to
thought
derail
of
an investigation.
something.
Yes.
Shy, when you went to when you went down to the body, right, because to check if he was still alive or not, you said that you saw something that might have been a gunshot wound,
Yeah.
and none of the
Audrey?
kids would have had guns. Honestly, not the counselors either. And the only person that would have had a gun would have been a cop.
Mr. Agent Man.
So considering that there was a gunshot wound on the body before he got thrown down to the rocks, and considering that you are somehow on this case, even with the conflict of interest, which gives you motive, I would like to propose you as well.
Yeah,
as
as
a
you
suspect.
bring that up, you see the FBI agent change her stance and kind of eye up her partner a bit more, because they're not like true partners. Like she is just like he's the local deputy, and she's like, "Yeah, that is definitely something we would need to look into. Does anyone else have anything they want to put on Deputy Salinger here?"
That's all I got.
Cool. Then with
My case.
split information for both the counselors and the detective, all of them. Oh yes, Shy, please go.
Sorry, I just remembered the note that we found where he was like, "No more. I wonder what they would think if they knew what I was capable of." It said, "I don't know why he won't leave me alone. It wasn't my fault. I don't deserve this." So very well could be pointing to this agent man following this kid around, convinced that he did some catastrophic fire event, I show them that note if we have it on us.
Oh, you still have it, which
About
throws so much suspicion onto the group. But the point is made, and there will be. It's kind of that thing of like, yo, we're gonna talk later. We're gonna talk later. But the point is made, and the tips do turn towards the detective. The right now he is being outweighed compared to the counselors.
Hey, we witnessed a traumatic event. They forgot it. You forget things with traumatic events. They forgot to show that they had the note. There you go.
Yes, and I'm sure there'll be nothing else that you all forgot to show. I'm certain.
Absolutely nothing.
Absolutely
Uh-huh.
nothing else.
Lovely. Okay, well, and this is now the FBI agent. Well, I think I'm maybe going to take the detective here into questioning. The rest of you stay in town for a bit before your parents come to get you, and we'll be back. Uh, and in the coming days, you all see newspapers put out that he has been arrested for murder. Trials go out. Some of the things that additionally get shown is that in Harlan's backpack, something you all did not find is a picture of a man with a like FBI van that seems to have been trailing him. That would go along with the one letter, and that's what is used to lock him up. Let's have an epilogue from each of your characters. We'll also make it your outros, so we'll go in the same reverse order. So, Carrie, if we can get who you've been playing, what Cool does with the rest of their days, and also where people can find you, I would love that.
Absolutely. What's up, y'all? Carrie, Oathbreaker Carrie on the socials. Been playing Cool with a K. I think after this ordeal, Cool would have went to trades. He would have been like
Mhm.
working on a path to become a journeyman, doing like HVAC stuff. He's just like, dude, like
Right.
I love learning about fucking condensers and shit. Like this is vibes, man.
The vibes. Lovely. Yuri.
Hey everyone, my name is Yuri. That is Y-U-R-I, pronouns she, they. Y'all can go ahead and find me at Yuri and the Beast absolutely everywhere. And today I played Becca with two C's, who honestly I would think as they went back to school and everything that she would have still stayed kind of like, preppy, but a little less interested about um keeping up with Heather and her gaggle of girlfriends because she just trauma bonded with these kids.
Mhm.
And she would, something she wouldn't have done like normally is like probably seek them out to like have lunch, and eventually maybe actually become friends with them. Maybe.
Yeah, one day as you're like doom scrolling and like avoiding the sad headlines because they make you sad, you do see that Salinger was put away for the murder. A jury found him guilty. It took a couple of trial rounds. Like the jury went back and forth a couple times, but eventually he was locked away for the murder of Harlan Mitchell. Taylor,
Nice.
what has Lily been up to and where can we find you?
I think Lily, I think, has been studying more forensic science. Want to do more crime scene investigation unit and stuff like that. But after this whole moment, changed her. And I have been Taylor, aka Spunky Taylor, Black Friday content creator. She your pronouns. Yeah, I had a fun time. Thank you for running this game, Sean. Like
Oh, for sure.
this got my brain turning. It got my brain gearing. But yeah, I enjoyed my time. You can see me more tomorrow for Hex Heist, the finale. Yes, I'm
Nice.
goes on these
Nice
roads.
and
Yeah,
nice.
I'm
Yeah.
very excited about that. And that's it. And
Okay.
I'm taking a break.
Hell yeah. A well deserved break. And Meadow.
Howdy. I'm Meadow. I've been Meadow and will hopefully continue to be Meadow in the future. I've been Shy. You can find me at Howdy Love Darlin everywhere. I'll be at Hex Heist tomorrow and Girls Run These Worlds. Epilogue wise, I think that Shy is really happy to have made like actual connection. Maybe they don't all like blossom into full-fledged friendships, but to not be so soul track focused for once, and like actually allowing herself to have connections, I think is really healthy for her. And I think the last thing you see is like her going to the cemetery to lay flowers on Agent Man's wife's grave. And then of course on her own sister's grave. And I think she just kind of like touches the gravestone and goes, "Well, I think I did it. I hope you're happy. No one knows. It's our secret, okay?" And she'll leave the grave at that.
Nice. And I am Sean. You can find me here at Help Action Needed. The next big thing coming up is going to be on Sunday at 2 p.m. Central. We will have the premiere of our Down the Forest Road campaign with Gloria and Jenna and Maz and Emma, an Agatha All Along inspired miniseries about how far you're willing to go and what you're willing to sacrifice to find what you think is what you want. So that'll be premiering at 2 o'clock, and then there's a lot of other stuff I'm going to make a post about next week because there's literally so much. But one more time, it won't affect the game. It will just be out of the kindness of your heart. If you all want to donate, there is a link in chat to donate to the Black and Missing Foundation one more time before this campaign wraps up. And then just one nice round of applause for our table, as these four amazing people did a wonderful job doing a murder mystery. Did they get it right? Mm-hmm. But hey, they put someone away in prison. And with that, we will say goodbye to everyone. So thank you so much for being here. Players, thank you so much for playing, and we will see you on the other side. Stick around and we'll pick someone to raid, but for the Two Moons Rising RPG, that is us. Goodbye, everyone.